Now it's time to press buttons and talk with Manky and ProZD.
She's like a 12-year-old role-playing a thief who doesn't actually do any thieving. Oops, I accidentally pressed L. Didn't mean to do that. What a big mistake.
What a blunder.
Oh, jeez.
It's one of the biggest PB&T goofs of all time.
Darkest hour.
I believe that you said you might have an idea as to why Mr. Cochin hired Damask II. Actually, I fear it may be my fault. As I was telling you earlier, we were to determine which statue was the real one as a part of today's event.
But because of the Yamagararu and the fire here, that got cancelled, didn't it?
I'm actually relieved the rest of the event has been cancelled. For you see, Babal's statue, well, it's just a replica. And did Mr. Cochin know that about Babal's permaduct statue? Of course he knew. That's why he was the only person I could consult with. We'd have to do something once our statue was revealed as a replica. As to be expected, I was very nervous today, as this would impact our country's authority. Yes, I understand.
I feel like nobody would actually care about it, like it's this thing only between the leaders.
Well, when I told Manny my concerns, he said, "Let me handle it. It'll be all right. I'll find a way to make sure you're the ambassador of the reunited Codopia." At the time, I thought he was just trying to cheer me up. But when I saw that note, I realized he was serious. Hold it! Mr. Cochin conducted a lot of business behind your back. I assume he did all that to ensure that you are the next Codopian ambassador. But why was he trying so hard, I wonder? He was so much better at getting things done than I ever was or will be. I don't know the answer to why he was trying so hard yet, but I suspect he had an ulterior motive in mind beyond just simple kindness.
Why was Manny such a tryhard? Hi, Gumby.
Ah, here you are, Mr. Edgeworth.
Coming right.
This place is a mess.
Detective Gumshoe, have you collected the information that I requested?
Yup, got it all right here, sir. Here you go, Kay. You can have it. Feel free to take a look. It's for you, after all.
Cool, I'm gonna steal it. It's mine now. What is all of this, Gummy?
It's all the information on this room that I got from the embassy and Interpol people. Now I know exactly how this room was before and after the fire.
Good work, Detective.
I can use my fancy computer.
Oh, it was nothing, sir. I'm an expert at getting people to talk.
I totally forgot about that computer.
Yeah, I think that's where this is heading. Wow, you two remind me so much of my father and Uncle Bad.
What do you mean?
One of them was a detective and the other was a, well, defense attorney, but kind of the same.
What, he was a prosecutor.
Oh, he was? Oh,
Yeah.
Never mind. You're both the same. As
You
prosecutor,
don't know what your dad did at all, did you?
I don't. You didn't talk much. You like never said anything unless he was in court. As prosecutor and detective, your dynamic is just like theirs back in the day. He didn't wear burgundy though. Well, don't you worry. I'm going to find my own wonderful partner someday.
He had good taste in clothes.
And when I do, I'm gonna become a good Yagapataru and just like my father, right?
Hold it.
Please don't ask me questions to which I have no answers to, Kay. However, I can say that it is truly a wonderful thing to find a partner you can trust.
Do you have a partner you can trust, Mr.
Yeah,
Edgeworth?
I suppose so.
Haha, you bet. Tell me about him. So, what now, Mr. Edgeworth?
Well, I'd like to ask you for a favor.
Yes?
That gadget, Mr. Thief, is it? That thing you call your secret weapon?
Oh, you mean Little Thief. You're coming to rely on it, aren't you?
Hold it.
I don't need a crutch like that. I'm only asking because I need it for the investigation, Babaka.
Okay, you didn't have to scream, hold it in my face.
From the information Detective Gumshoe gathered and the ambassador's testimony, he spit all over my face.
Got phlegm.
I'd like you to please recreate this room as it was during the third floor fire.
Okay, but don't yell at me. Oh, you got it. All right, here we go.
Thank you.
Dark skies of evening when no other bird dares take wing. One alone remains all-seeing. It's like a crow or something. Now witness the true power of a real modern-day Robin Hood. You can just press this, and there we go. I like to say the thing. It doesn't help.
And of course, Antonio on the accordion again. It seems there are other things besides what the ambassador mentioned that have changes.
Antonio.
It's possible that we might find the escape route the person Kay saw used as well.
He says his name like a Pokemon.
Ooh, well, what is this? Is it some sort of light show I was not told about?
This is the power of a true vigilante.
Of a modern-day Robin Hood.
Yeah, it's the old iPhone device that I got. It costs a lot of money. It's recreating the room with the info I inputted.
Really? That is certainly one interesting device you have there, Ms. Faraday. I believe it's about time we return to our investigation.
Okay, go take a look at this fire.
These must have been the large green flames Messer Polano saw.
With flames like these, who needs enemies? It's no wonder he couldn't get in.
Okay, by the time you came into this room, had the fire already been put out?
Yeah, the fire had died out or something by that time.
Then this fire in here only burned from the time the fire started on the 3rd floor, until the Atagarasu appeared and caused a stir and babble, I suppose?
I guess Mr. Polano was just lucky enough to run into this fire as it was burning, huh?
Yes, you could put it that way. And since you were the first to discover the body, we can assume that no one else entered the room until that time. No one other than the person you were chasing, of course.
I knew it. That person I saw was definitely up to no good. I mean, that person could even be Mr. Cochin's killer.
That is very likely to be the case. After all, that person came into this room before you, and must have chosen this room precisely because they knew no one would be in here.
Okay, then maybe the green fire was where it was to prevent anyone from coming in? But they were really reckless with fire around here.
Yep.
But then what did the person set on fire to make the green flames?
Well, whatever it is, that person burned and made a rather sizable fire.
What could they have possibly used? And since the fire's green, well, we've got something that burns green, right? It's a bit tinier than these flames, but you get what I mean.
Yes, and I do believe that what you are thinking is exactly why these flames are green. Which fire-related piece of evidence burns the same color as these
Maybe the oil you literally just told us about?
Is it the lantern?
Well, I think the implication is that the oil was on the ground.
Specifically the ink?
Because what is this?
Yeah,
Or wood crystal oil.
Yeah, I guess. No, the ink has the same. It'd be the ink, probably.
Yeah, because I think the implication is they used ink.
Take that! The source of the green in these flames is related to this.
Or maybe it wants the lantern.
Turns out I was right after all.
Okay, I swear to God, if it turns out that they want us to show the lantern, but the ink is what they used. Cool. The lantern then.
Take that! This silhouette lantern. Its green flame comes from the wit crystal oil it's burning.
Yeah, that's the fire I was thinking of too, not the ink. I love the green it gives off.
I think we've now established that the green flames were caused by wit crystal oil. Furthermore, we know that there is only one other thing made from wit crystal oil.
Oh, really?
Really? What is it?
Oh, you mean that thing Mr. Polano was mistaken about, right?
Yes, precisely. As we found out earlier in our investigation.
What? I don't get it. Can you fill me in, sir?
Fine, I suppose. I'll explain it in a way that even you can understand.
Damn.
This is the thing made from wit crystal oil that embassed.
Jesus Christ.
Okay, fuck me, dude. They really
Don't work ahead.
They really didn't think that this leap of logic was.
Take that! No, Alex. Baba Lee's ink is made from wit crystal oil.
Oh, wow.
Wow! Oh, so it should burn the same color as the flames in the lantern, right?
Yes, precisely. However, the green flames in this room were not from a bottle of Baba Lee's ink.
Because we found the ink Mr. Cochin used on his desk, right?
Yes, however, we know that what Mr. Cochin was smuggling the ink in massive quantities. Now, what do you suppose he made using all that ink? I believe what he made with that ink is the answer to what gave birth to the green flames.
Oh yeah, I'm beginning to really feel the energy coming from you, Mr. Edgeworth. You got great vibes.
It would appear that I finally found it. The smuggling ring's real goal.
To burn shit?
Made of Baba Lee's ink, this is the source of the green flames.
What you getting at, dude?
Is it one of the, like, documents?
Oh yeah, maybe if one of them was, I forgot, like, we have a lot of evidence. Oh wait, counterfeit bills maybe? Yeah, made with Baba Lee's ink, it's burning money.
Take that, bitch! What would consume that great of a volume of ink to make? That would be the counterfeit bills that the smuggling ring made and are circulating in Zhengfa.
You're kidding? You're saying that it was Mr. Cochin who made the counterfeit bills?
I am. I believe he could even go so far as to say that he stole Babal's printing press. Ambassador, Mr. Kochin had permission to freely use the printing press, correct?
Why, yes, and I do remember seeing him use it in the middle of the night. But never did I think he was using it for such a foul deed.
Ambassador, because of your secretary's crimes, you will need to be investigated as well.
Ah, yes, I suppose so. We've caused a bit of trouble for a few countries, haven't we?
It's my duty to search out all who shielded Mr. Kochin and concealed his crime, for they are the ones who started the fire in order to destroy the evidence.
Oh, wow. They did start the fire. It was not always burning. Okay, well, that covers the fire. What was this? Clock was moved?
This grandfather clock. It was apparently in a different position before the fire. According to staff members, the clock was flush against the wall before the fire, sir. Which means that most likely it was moved by someone during the fire.
It's a weirdly specific thing for people to notice, I guess. Speaking of which, it's totally 11 o'clock now, but I don't hear any chiming.
Ah, that's odd. It was still chiming right on the dot of every hour this morning.
Sounds like a pretty shitty clock.
Maybe the fire damaged its internal mechanisms or something?
Ambassador Poleno, may we take a look inside that clock?
Sure, go right on ahead.
Detective Gumshoe, if you could please inspect the insides of this clock.
Oh boy.
Yes, sir. I'm on it.
He's got some gears, some... Well, I don't know what this
Mr.
is.
Edgeworth, I found this inside, sir.
It looks like a length of wire. So this is what caused the clock to stop chiming. But what was a long length of wire doing inside this clock in the first place?
Maybe that's how clocks work.
Why would someone do this to such a valuable clock?
It sounds like it wasn't Mr. Poleno that put the wire in there, or he's making a big show of it to take us off the scent.
Then perhaps it was Mr. Kochin's killer who did.
Sounds like a little virtue signaling there, Mr. So, Baba is really into pushing their tourism industry, huh?
Yes, it would appear that way.
You know, I'd really love to take a trip. Hey, why don't we take one after this case?
Do you already have a destination in mind?
Well, ideally, I'd like to go somewhere where I can continue my thief training.
Well, if you want to learn, it's the fine art of stealth. Perhaps you should visit the studio where they make the Jammin' Ninja TV show.
Hey, that's actually a really great idea, Mr. Edgeworth.
I can't believe she took me seriously.
Is there a country where, like, crime is super legal? Was that this thing that I just looked at?
Crimeopolis?
Oh, the fan
The
fell.
Crimea? It's the charred remains of a fallen ceiling fan.
Everyone knows crime is legal in Crimea. Oh, I've seen a few of these before. They spin around and around and play music.
I believe you're thinking of a musical mobile for babies.
Yes, that's it.
But they're nothing alike.
They're totally alike. They spin those babies right round like a record. Reference to that song. You ever heard it?
I see. I guess I can see how you might think that.
Okay. Here's a yellow chair.
That looks like a very comfortable yellow chair.
Well, it doesn't look all that broken, so why don't you try sitting in it?
No, I better not. It's very important that we preserve the crime scene at all times.
Wait, but you're always touching all sorts of things at crime scenes.
Shh, that's because I am a prosecutor, and it's part of my job to examine things.
Is it, though? And my job is to be a great thief.
Yes, I know. Which is exactly why you are not allowed to touch anything.
Oh, I've stolen all kinds of shit. Is this not a thing? Oh, it's weird. Hitbox.
You can see the Alabastian embassy through this window.
So wait, this is
We
the
already
same
did this
damn
one.
conversation. Yeah, it's the same thing. What the heck? Can replace that one?
Didn't we do that? We did this too.
Oh wait. Oh yeah, but there's like a glowing box over it. I don't know why.
Well, I mean, it's what it looked like before. Try the flag over
I
it.
thought that was like, well, I mean, I can't like, I don't have a pointer. That's what I was trying to look at, and it just did the fireplace again. Oh, there's a knife missing. It looks like one of the Bobbly's knives was already missing before the fire began.
So it would seem, especially since the other two knives' handles were burned away.
The remaining handle was swapped out with the handle from the real murder weapon. And Babal's national treasure was stolen. Poor Babal, don't you think? Baby country. Aw.
I'm not sure I would lump the replica statue in with the rest of Babal's woes.
Poor Babal.
Poor baby
Oh,
Babal.
the little country trying to...
Detective, you took part in the initial Babal investigation, correct? Yup, sure did. I also helped put out both fires, sir.
Blew real hard.
But that first fire took me by surprise. I had a tough time escaping the 5th floor. First I tried the elevator, but I guess someone else had the same idea because it was in use. If I hadn't remembered to use the stairs at that point, I'd have been burnt to a crisp.
Wait, hold it. That's odd. We always warn our staff that in the case of a fire, it's dangerous to use the elevator.
Oh?
Maybe someone wrote it in a fit of panic, or for fun.
Detective, did you see the Yatagarasu that came into the Babalese embassy at all? I didn't personally. And the other staff members told me they never got a good look at the person either, sir. I wonder if you could tell me a bit more about what you discovered, Detective?
Maybe we'll figure out what the detective discovered next time.
Cool.
Maybe he'll talk to us about that, if he wants to open up a little bit.